Hi, my name's Barrie Crampton. Today I'm going to show you around our Discovery, then I'll take you for a ride in it, but first I'll tell you a little bit more about it. It's a 3 litre SD V6 XS automatic. It's 4-wheel drive, 2015 or 15 plate, one owner from new, absolutely fantastic condition, 69,392 miles at the moment, MOT until the 3rd of the 4th 2023. So finished in, I think it's Stornoway grey, this one. Multi-spoke alloy wheels, got the vents on the side here and the SD V6 badge. The signature LED running lights, high pressure headlamp wash. It's got front parking sensors and it's also got 360 cameras, so you can see all round the car when you're parking. Just let me show you under the bonnet on this car. It's a very, very nice car, well looked after. Lance has had time to catch up just recently, so this one has been cleaned, but to be fair, it didn't need a whole lot. And it's just mint everywhere. It's a lovely vehicle. So power folding door mirrors, the plastic sill protector and also the mud flaps. You can't see in the back. I'll show you the reason for that in a minute. So the sides are blacked out, but this is rear privacy glass. The reason behind it will become clear now. As John would say, it's a van. Discovery van. These are brilliant sellers. In my opinion, best van you can get. If you've got to drive a van, this is the one to have, especially up here. I mean, you can just do anything. A 4-wheel drive, chuck what you want in the back. It's got the hard rubber mat in the back here, plenty of space. The kind of parcel guard, dog guard, whatever you want to call it. But here we go. Now, I have seen vans where people have taken those covers off and put seats in the back. That's entirely up to you. Reversing camera just there, rear wiper and a big substantial tow bar there. I'll just show you quickly in the back from here. I'm not sure you're going to be able to see in the back for the sun flare, but as I say, you've got this big grille here. Looks like it's easy enough to take out and perhaps folds down. Also looks like it might rattle a bit, but there you go. Okay, I'll just take you for a ride in it. So here we go. Range Rover key, it's keyless ignition. Just give it a start there. Got the aircon on full. It's only 8:30 in the morning and it's very, very warm already. Don't want the cameras to overheat. So the service history, we'll start off with the second one there. First one's a PDI. 7th of the 6th, 2016 at 11,271 miles. Rybrook Land Rover. 7th of the 6th, 2017 at 21,924 miles. Rybrook Land Rover. 20th of the 3rd, 2019 at 42,126 miles. RM Motors Limited. 26th of the 3rd, 2020 at 52,050 miles. RM Motors Limited. 24th of the 3rd, 2021 at 60,339 miles. RM Motors Limited. And we've just done it at Northwest Auto Care. 24th of 5th, 2022, 69,355 miles. So basically it was only serviced 40 miles ago, and vehicles just ready to go. They really are my favourite vehicles. Let's just see, touch image for further options. So we touch there, You've got PDC graphics, park assistance guidance, hitch guidance. We'll just do it again. Camera home page. And there you go. There you've got the different views of the cameras. To be honest, I don't know. Perhaps it does come in handy. Proximity view. So that's proximity view. You can see there. See the back and the side. Just go back again. These views. We'll select these views. Enlarge. So you've got the two views there. As I say, this. Having spent a lot of time flying over my handlebars as a motorcyclist, these two views here, you know, I suppose you can just see when you're edging out, but in all honesty, I wouldn't trust them unless I see it with my own eyes. I'm not going to be pulling out. That's me. There we go. Right, so we've got a height and reach adjustable. It's manually height and reach adjustable steering wheel. Electric seats. Power folding door mirrors. But this just drives like an ordinary Discovery. It seems to be as quiet as an ordinary Discovery, and just as lovely to drive. If you follow this channel or our garage, you'll know that we do try and specialise in Land Rover stroke Range Rover Jaguar product, British product, best in the world. And it's very difficult to describe how it feels, bearing in mind that I've been in the motor trade all my life. I've driven all sorts of cars. I've worked for a lot of the prestige well, I've worked for BMW and Mercedes, but actually getting in a Range Rover or something like this, a Discovery, it's completely different. They just seem like they're a class apart. Like last week, I was I had a Mitsubishi Outlander, which is a nice car. The only reason I had it, I went home to photograph it. I was going to do it the next morning, and I woke up the next morning. I didn't feel well, and I've been rough for about a week, so I only managed to photograph it and video it on Sunday. And Monday, I got a checkup at the hospital. Nothing serious, don't worry. So on Sunday, after I'd finished videoing the car, instead of just going home and editing the video, I went back to the garage. We've got a sliding gate, which is a bit of a ball ache to open. You've got to park on the road. There's people going past you, beeping you. And so anyway, but my point is, I went back to get my Range Rover because I feel better when it's on the drive. And I felt better going to the hospital in it. You feel indestructible in a Range Rover or one of these. And whether I was ill or not, it made me feel better. How many cars can you say do that? And coming up this morning, you know, a guy in a well, it wasn't a pickup, it was a kind of a low loader cut in front of me. And you know, it would possibly bother me more, oh, there's the bars, if I was in a smaller car. But I know that anybody who is coming around this corner and sees me in one of these is going to stamp on the brakes quickly and not try and squeeze past like they do sometimes. Or when they're pulling out and they see you coming, they'll think twice about it, as opposed to, oh, he'll slow down. Or what happens is, well, if he doesn't slow down, he's going to cream me, so I better stay in this side street. So that's how I feel. A lifelong servant of the motor trade, that's how I feel when I get in one of these. You just feel indestructible. They're the best car. I'd want my family in one of these, my wife or whatever, and my kids, if they were going out, I'd want them in one of these. If I like them. I've said before that although I prefer the shape of the Range Rover Sport, the Discovery drives better, or I think it drives better. It suits my style of driving more. I don't want to feel every bump in the road, but I want to be able to go over roads that have got bumps in them, and this is this is perfect. And as I say, imagine if your livelihood depends on getting food to any part of this land, or I don't know, going to pick up, you've got tractors. Yeah, well, I can take any of my tractor. Okay. You've got a sick animal. You can get there, stick the animal in the back and be at the vet's in no time. You can't do that in a tractor. These vehicles are worth the weight in gold. If you have to get to your job, no matter what the weather, what other van is there that drives like this? It's also got Meridian speakers, which again, in a van, it's tremendous. It's just of course there'll be no signal out here, will there? I don't think. Right, I'm just going to stop. Usual thing. Out of gear, handbrake on, engine off, touch phone. Right, okay, we'll switch back on now. Phone's back over there, I'm not touching it. So over to the stereo. I'm just going to turn it up a little bit till we get to a certain place in this. The intro to that record, I'm not kidding, it goes through you. Another camera knocking off. The chili peppers were too much for it. These cameras are useless. How they can get away with selling them is beyond me. If GoPros were British, they would be all over the internet how rubbish they are. But no, there's two of them switched off. Well, actually one of them I don't think even started, but there you go. So these, they're majestic, and well, Jubilee weekend, up the Mall there, makes you proud to be British, and so do these. Got heated seats, heated front windscreen, Bluetooth hands-free, Bluetooth audio streaming, sat nav. We've got sport there if you need it. you're not going to need it. You've got paddle shift, telephone controls here, cruise control here. Again, Range Rover, dead simple, one touch, that's it, cruise is on, one touch. No setting it and then clicking minus and then adjusting your speed. You get your speed, click set, it's on. From the outside, it just looks like a normal Discovery. You can't tell the difference. It's only when you open the back doors and try and get in. And you can also, as I say, the last few we've had have had seat conversions. You buy one, claim the VAT back, and put seats in. I'm sure that's against the VAT laws, but that's what people do. Just lovely. We've got the big front central armrest here, loads of room in the centre, and then you've got the little front centre armrest, which I always used to have down, but now I don't. You've got this beautiful big armrest here, and then there's that smaller one that's just a bit uncomfortable. That one's gone off now. I mean, honestly, my fingers, I've got the aircon on so cold in here, my fingers are nearly blue, and it's overheated. So just imagine if your car was like that. But yet people who make cameras, that's a DJI and these are GoPros, and they make them action camera. They've got an hour and a half battery life. There's no point having an hour and a half battery life because it only lasts 20 minutes before it overheats. It's like, you know, filling this tank up with fuel and it having a 300-mile range, and then it breaks down after 20 minutes. Unbelievable. There's a Golf behind me that's, I think he's in more of a hurry than me, so I'm going to pull over and let him past in a second. Of course, there's a flipping car coming the other way. And there's a big divot there, which the Discovery's just gone straight through. But a saloon car, you'd have probably bottomed out. You know, I was reading the thing about getting older, and it said something like, you know, one minute you're staying out all night. I remember running to work in the morning on a Monday morning after I'd been out playing pool all night for money, or snooker all night for money. And I measured it a few weeks ago because it's actually on the way back from this place, and it was 5.7 miles, and I ran to work. And anyway, this thing on the internet said You know, one day you're like running to work in the morning, and the next day you're turning the radio down so you can see better. It's wild. But certainly in this, you know, you're above everybody else. You don't need to turn the radio down. You can have it cranked right up because you can see over everybody else. You can see what's going on. You feel safer. I mean, this is just the best van driving ever. I like vehicles that have just a bit of body roll, a bit of play in the sidewalls of the tyres. Where the vehicle makes allowances for your kind of steering or your inputs. All the Land Rover and Range Rover product drive better than the equivalent models of anything else. They don't break down more. That's just a myth. We've sold hundreds. They're not always breaking down. They're not always at the garage. That's just somebody in a pub who can't afford a Range Rover and don't want you to have one. Right, so that's a live chat. So I'll have to take in a minute. We're nearly at the edge or the end of our run. Loads of good cars in. Take a look at our webcam. I'll put a link in the description. See what's going on at our place. Watch me and John running around like headless chickens. Got loads of cars in, forecourt's full, all good cars. Got a C43 AMG in, a Toyota RAV4 just come in. We've got Maserati, which we're busy selling cars, so it keeps getting put to the back. But having said that, Maserati aren't my favourite people at the moment. I have a few photographs on a site called Redbubble, and I have a photograph of Vesuvius in the distance, and there's a Maserati in front. You can just see the roof of the Maserati. And the reason I took it was because of the colours. I saw the colours, not because it was a Maserati. Don't matter what car it was just the colours in the background. And it's on Redbubble, and the people that own Maserati and Fiat, as it happens, because they've also knocked a photograph of a Fiat Abarth, the front end, it's their intellectual property. So Stellantis NV, their intellectual property, is anybody who's bought a car or anybody who photographs a scene that's got one of their cars in. They don't think you should be allowed to do it. So I've got a message for them. they can stick them. Anyway, here we go. Lovely car, lovely van, the best van. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video, bye bye.